Nithyanandam. My name is Manitya Dhyanatmananda Swami. I'm a Sannyasi in the Nithyananda Sampradaya. In today's video, I wanted to talk to you about a concept called renunciation, which is typically associated with sannyasis, with monks. And Swamiji's talked a lot about it, so definitely check out Swamiji's YouTube channel. As always, the link will be available. And he's given so many deep perspectives on the concept of renunciation, which go beyond what we typically understand as renunciation. For example, most of us, when we hear that word, especially in the context of like a monk, we think, oh, it's giving up your material wealth, it's giving up all the worldly pleasures and everything. It's like almost like a negative disassociation with life and all that we typically associate with life. The common, whether it's finances, wealth, relationships, everything, it's renunciation. Well, that is true for a sannyasi, that you renounce all the outwardly pleasures, so to speak, or you don't acquire wealth. It kind of falls short of actually the experience of renunciation as a sannyasi in the Nithyananda Sampradaya, because Swamiji takes it to such a deep level. See, when you've decided on the path of sannyas, renouncing material things is not a big deal, actually. It feels like a natural part of the whole thing. The decision itself means you renounce, whether you have a car, whether you have a house, whether it's your family relationships, all those things come with the decision, and they're very, very natural. There's not much resistance. At least from my experience and my other brother and sister sannyasis, I've not seen any of them really struggle with that. But what Swamiji does is he takes it to the ultimate renunciation, which is at the thought level, which is basically all our understandings that we have about ourselves, all our thoughts that put us in high mood, low mood, everything. We start renouncing at that thought level, which essentially is Swamiji's teaching of unclutching. And he gives so many techniques and understandings to help you do that in such a natural way. And when that renunciation happens, so much clarity happens inside you, so much opens up inside you, so that you are able to put your energy on things that are aligned with your life purpose, as opposed to wasting such valuable real estate in your being on such useless things to your own life. Because it's very easy to give up the material world, but then hold on to all the thoughts and wrong ideas inside, and wrong cognitions and patterns that we came from the past, and look like a renunciate. But at the end of the day, it will catch up to you. So that's why Swamiji has given us the completion process. That's why Swamiji is putting us through such amazing initiations where we're manifesting powers. So the renunciation becomes, the renunciation at the thought level happens with all of these processes. So when you start to rid yourself of thoughts that are not really what you have committed your life to be, not really your true being, then obviously you open up space for so much more to happen. And literally a new life is created for you. So this renunciation, what we typically think, is more at a superficial level. And it's not so difficult. But taking it to a step further and looking inside and renouncing what ideas you have about life, which were based on wrong cognitions, a wrong foundation. So really looking in. And Swamiji beautifully said many times, I'm not asking you to renounce what you have. I'm asking you to renounce what you don't have. which is these useless desires and ideas we have about life, which are based on um, a very rocky foundation, built on tons of patterns and confusion and wrong understanding of life, God, and ourselves. So all this clarity, all these knots get undone as a sannyasi in such a beautiful way, and you really see, you open up in dimensions you never even knew existed. So if you really want to experience sannyas, and if you really want to experience true renunciation, there is no other path, there is no better path than being a sannyasi in the Nithyananda Sampradaya. Because when you have a living avatar guiding you, it is not the renunciation you read in a book, or you read about other sannyasis who maybe wrote a book. You don't have to rely on books, you don't have to rely on hand-me-down knowledge. You get to actually experience it and live it and benefit from it. So hopefully I introduce a new side of renunciation that Swamiji has shared with us, and I'll definitely link to those videos, because Swamiji's even talked about renunciation in the Akashic records, which was so amazing, which is also available on YouTube. So even if you're not a sannyasi, this concept of renunciation is still applicable to you, because whatever you're doing in life, you have a certain amount of your resources, energy, time, everything. And if you're wasting it on what's not really you, what's not really important to you, then you're not living the life that you yourself want. So renunciation will help you hone in on what is really your life's purpose and focus on that and work towards that without all this other distraction. So this is not just a concept for sannyasis. I really want to reiterate that. It's a concept for all of humanity, and it can be easily done. You just listen to Swamiji's satsang, you tune into YouTube, and you will catch it. So thank you so much for allowing me to share on this topic. And if you have any questions or clarifications, doubts, as always, please post your comments. Thank you so much. Nithyanandam.